Hey guys, so this is my review for Vampire Diaries episode 14, Deadly Liasons. So first off, before I get to the review, I'd like to say how completely sorry I am that I wasn't able to do my review for Vampire Diaries episode 13, Bringing Out the Dead. I won't get into that. The reason will be in the box drawer, so if you want to read about my pain and my misery, then by all means go ahead. I won't be stopping you. Just know that I am very, very sorry, and hopefully that will not happen in the future. I can't promise you anything. I just can't. That's just a promise that may or may not be kept. But I will hopefully that won't happen. Just keep your fingers crossed. So let's get to this episode, shall we? Because this is definitely one of my favorites. This is definitely up there next to the 1920s one. Okay, so the episode starts. Elena and Matt have taken Alaric to the hospital. He's doing great. They are very happy about that. I'm very happy that Alaric is okay. Thank you, God. The murderer did not succeed in killing him. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Apparently third time's the charm, because that's the third person he's attacked. He. I love how I'm saying he. We don't even know if it's a boy or a girl. I'm just assuming. I don't even know if I don't know. I'm debating. Is it Meredith or is it Tyler? Because I swear, Caroline. I'm sorry, I'm going back to the last episode, but Caroline made some good points, and I think it's Tyler. I'm sorry to think it's Tyler. I still kind of think it's Meredith, but then again, I want to think it's Tyler as well. So I don't know. Don't judge me on the fact that I think it's Tyler. Anyway, so they're walking through the hospital, and that's when we realize that they are being watched as well, or maybe that's just a trick with the camera that they did. But anyways, they are being watched. They leave the hospital. Elena ends up hitting something. That something ends up being Rebecca. I honestly thought it was like the murderer coming out again, and I'm like, oh great, here we go. But no, it's Rebecca, and she is very upset, obviously, because Elena stabbed her in the back, which anyone in their right mind would be very unhappy about. So I think, oh, she's gonna get her ass kicked, but thankfully, dun, 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 Elijah comes and saves the day and tells Rebecca to back off in all, basically, well, sort of sweet to the point. He tells her to back off. Rebecca backs off. She leaves, and Elijah says, "We have some catching up to do." Yes, we do, Elijah. Yes, we do. So the next scene is Elena talking to Stefan and Damon, telling them that what was in the coffin was Esther, their mother, Mama Original, which is what I called her. So that's when and she also tells them that she wants peace, and she just wants her family to be together, and she doesn't want to hurt anybody. And that obviously puts a downer on the plans to kill Klaus, because that was their plan. Whatever was in that coffin was the key to killing Klaus. And now that Esther has said that she doesn't want to do anything, malevolent to anybody, that just douses everything, or douses all the plans that they have created in the past few episodes. Well, actually, Stefan has concocted. So that just, everything is just donezo as of right now. Then the doorbell rings, and Elena receives an invitation to the Michelson family ball at Klaus's new renovated mansion. And on the back of the invitation is a note to Elena from Esther, stating that she wants to meet Elena personally. Now Damon is against that for good reason, and Stefan just doesn't really have an opinion on that, and Damon says, can't we just go back in time to when Stefan, when you cared about Elena's safety? And Stefan says, well, no, it's your job now, and I'm good. And my reaction is good. That should have been his job from the very beginning. Thank you very much. So, and then Stefan says, well, I they start to think that this is more than just a family reunion, let's make peace type of thing. There was a reason why Bonnie and her mother were able to open the coffin. There was a reason why they had to do that. So they definitely think there's more to it. They finally decide that Elena is not allowed to go to the party. They say, you have to stay home. We'll go to the party, see what's up. Then as this is going on, we go to the mansion, to the Michelson mansion. They are trying on different clothes. Cole and Finn have gotten haircuts, obviously because they've been in coffins for centuries now, and they're getting fitted with their suits and their outfits, and they're getting all fancy smanchy. And Klaus walks in and confronts Rebecca, and he said, what did you do to her? Obviously referring to the fact that Rebecca almost attacked Elena earlier on in the episode. And she says, well, I didn't, she's just like, well, I didn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. And he said, and Klaus threatens her. It's like, do you want another steak? Do you want another knife in your back, or a steak in your back, or whatever? And Cole says, is that your only defense, or whatever? And but Klaus said, and then Klaus says, just go back to looking at yourself. And this is my house, blah, blah, blah. And Cole says, well, you're not my father. And should we take this outside? And that's when Esther interrupts everything and wants to talk to Klaus. And so Klaus leaves and goes to talk to Esther. And Esther states that she wants this family to be, civil, and she doesn't want any violence, basically. And then that's when Klaus states, how can you apologize for, how can you not apologize, but forgive me for what I've done. I killed you, I killed your children in all sense of the word. And Esther also states before this that she's had thousands of years to forgive Klaus for doing this, and they haven't, so she's like, I just want us to be a family again. And we're just like, okay. And then Esther asks Klaus, so who are you inviting to the ball? And he says, well, you just be lucky I'm going. And actually very soon after that, we cut to Caroline going into house. She has gotten a call from Tyler. Tyler is not in Mystic Falls. He has left to continue his work with his sire bond. He wanting to break it, and he also says how very sorry he is that her father has now died. So that's all good and well. And then Caroline, I guess, goes into her bedroom, and the doorbell rings as always, and she gets an invitation to the Michelson ball, along with a little package. And on the back of the invitation is a little note from Klaus. He says, save me a dance. And I thought that was really cute. And he picked out a dress for her, which is really cute. And I was like, oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. So, what is it? Caroline and Elena talk about the ball, and the one thing I loved is Caroline, some weird Cinderella fetish is what it is, and I love that line. And they start talking about the ball, and she says, why does Esther want to see you? And Elena says, I don't know, but I'm going, even though Damon and Stefan don't want me to. And during this time, Rebecca invites Matt to the ball, and of course I'm just like, why is she inviting Matt to go to the ball? And Caroline asks that too, why is she inviting Matt? And Elena's like, well, she's probably doing it just to get a reaction out of us. Obviously. Sorry, I have to look at my notes a little bit. So finally actually, once Caroline sees that Rebecca has invited Matt, she just decides, like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the ball. I don't care. I'm gonna go. So it's the nights of the ball, or it's just the ball. They don't really. Yeah, we just cut. It basically just cuts to the ball. So we're at the ball, and of course Ian looks just as handsome as always, like he always does. And then, oh my God, Nina, girl, you looked gorgeous. You look stunning. In the words of Ian or Damon or whatever, you looked stunning, as if it wasn't already obvious. Obviously, in the words of Damon, you looked stunning, if that wasn't already obvious. She just looked so gorgeous walking in there. Anyway, I digress. So Elena walks in, and Damon's just like, what? Of course, it just made me think, just take this whole episode, Elena's entrance, the dance between Elena and Damon just made me think, just made me revert back to season 1. Oh my God, I just about died. The dance that they had, season 1, the Mystic Falls parade thing. Oh my God, I about died. I was just like, oh, season 1, Elena, I loved it. Anyway, so that just made me, just memories abound. So Elena walks in. Damon and Stefan both walk up and are just like, what are you doing here? You're not allowed here. We told you not to be here. And Elena says, well, I want to find out what she wants. And Damon's like, no, you'll get hurt, you know. And so Elena's like, well, I'm here. I'm going to meet her, blah, blah, blah. So let's just go. So she's in the middle, and I love when they're all three of them walking in there. It's just like ex-boyfriend, you know, maybe possible new boyfriend. Please, please let that happen. So anyway, just I'm praying to the god, to the Vampire Diaries gods, i.e. Julie Plec and Kevin James, please. I think, oh, I'm so, if I messed up his name, I feel so bad. I'm a bad fan. Please, Julie, please let that happen. I need it. Anyway, what was this? I don't know. It's like, put 'em up. That's the courage, the cowardly lion. I am amazing. So we're at the ball. Elena meets Finn Michelson, and she meets Finn Michelson, and Finn says, basically states that, you know, acknowledges the fact that she has brought Damon and Stefan, and he also states that, well, you have to see her alone. She won't accept you with anybody else. So I suggest you get rid of your pals. And also, something else I forgot to mention a little bit ago. Damon meets Cole, and he says, have I met you before? And Cole says, I've met a lot of people. You just don't seem worthy of me to remember, or something like that. I have a really bad feeling with that. I have a feeling they have met before, and Cole did something to Damon, or something has happened, or whatever. I don't know. I have a really bad feeling with Cole. This whole episode just made me wary of Cole. I like him I like the fact that he's making me feel this way, like really nervous, because I love it when new characters make me feel nervous. But at the same time, I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. Ooh, lots of thoughts. Anyway, I digress. So Elena devises a plan. Oh, no, before that, the dance. Oh my God. Like I said before, made me think of season 1. I fell completely in love with the whole dance. I love Damon, and I love it when they dance. I love when Damon and Elena dance. I just love it. And of course, Steph and Elena danced, and blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure all you Elena fans out there were like, "Oh my God, they're dancing! It was totally meant to be there forever. They were from the beginning." Blah blah blah. I'm sorry, I'm just not for that. Anyway. You can totally tell I'm not for that. I'm not even gonna try and pretend like I'm in the middle, like I can't choose Damon, Delana, or Stelena. It's so obviously I'm Delana. Anyway, and Klaus and Caroline dancing. I thought that was really cute. I'm definitely I'm definitely excited for the whole Klaroline thing. Like I said in a previous review, I think Caroline and Tyler need a break from each other with the Sire bond, and I definitely think Klaus needs some romance with him. I mean, all we know him as is like, you know, the malevolent vampire who wants what he wants, and he'll do whatever. He'll take down anybody and kill anybody just to get what he wants and get his way and everything. And I definitely think we need to see another side of him, and that's like the romantic, you know, chivalrous side. I want to see that side of Klaus, and I'm very excited to see Joseph Morgan act out that side of Klaus, and I can't wait to see that side of Klaus. And so I like Klaus and Caroline. And does anyone else like ship that now? That's like my new shipping obsession right now. There's so many ships in this series, I can't take it, but I like Klaus and Caroline. So yeah, I thought that was really cute when they were dancing with each other. I thought that was really cute. So, anyways, Elena devises a plan with Stefan. It's in order to get, you know, to incapacitate Damon. So she tells Stefan, yeah, we have to lure Damon into this area, and you'll break his neck and blah blah blah. So that's what they do. And so, in order for Elena to go talk to Esther, so she goes to talk to Esther, and Eliza stops her, and he states his concerns about about his mother feeling this way about Klaus, because he doesn't believe it for a second. And I'm like, good, you have your right to believe that, to feel that way, basically. And he says, can you promise me to tell me what she says when you're done? And Elena says, sure, okay. So she goes to talk to so she finally gets to talk to Esther, and that's when Esther tells her that, sorry, I have to read my notes a little bit. So first off, she asks Esther how you're alive, and she says, well, when I died, Iana, the original witch, preserved her body, and now Iana is the ancestor of Bonnie and Abigail, which is then how Bonnie and Abigail were able to open the casket. And then Esther tells Bonnie that sorry, I have to. Esther tells Elena that this gathering was basically not a reunion, but a way to cast a spell. She wants to connect her children, which basically means that if one gets hurt, then then they all die. If one dies, then they all die. And Elena's just like, what? And the way that she can cast a spell is if she gets a drop of Elena's blood, which is all she needs Elena for. She just tells Elena the plan, and then we're just like, okay, fine. So, and I don't know. And then like the minute I heard that, I was just like, what? I don't want. The minute I thought of that, I'm just like, no, I don't want Elijah to die again, and I don't want Rebecca to die again. And then Klaus, I'm just like, I kind of don't want him to die either, which is like really weird, because he's the bad guy, you know. But it's the Caroline thing, it's the whole romance thing that's getting me like, I don't want him to die either. Finn and Cole can die because I haven't grown attached to them, but Klaus and Rebecca and Elijah, I've grown attached to them, therefore I want them to be okay for however long they want to keep them on the show, which is hopefully forever and ever and ever. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. So Elena leaves Esther after giving her blood, and Damon by that time comes to and attacks Stefan and says, what are you doing? Is she okay? Blah, blah, blah. And Stefan's like, well, it was her plan, up to the neck breaking. And then Damon's like, well, she could be in trouble, blah, blah, blah. And then Stefan states, well, you care too much. you know, his emotions are being too overpowered. And Damon's like, what is going on? How is this happening? You know, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this is so weird, seeing Damon be like, no, da 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 da, blah 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 blah, you know, like, no, we have to stop her, we have to save her. And yeah, there's that. So then we get to the part where they make a toast, and in the champagne is Elena's blood, which will then connect all the original siblings. And Elijah comes back up to Elena and asks Elena what his mother wanted, and Elena lies to him, which I'm very disappointed about. I'm just like, I was like yelling, I was like kind of like mumbling to my TV. I'm like, can you please tell Elijah what Esther's planning, please, please, please. But she doesn't, and she says, oh, Esther just wanted to apologize for what she's done. And I'm just like, no. And then they make a toast, and then they all drink the champagne wine stuff, and that's when they're all connected. And I'm just like, no. And of course Elena feels very guilty about that later. She's just like, I stood there and watched him basically sign their death sentence. And I'm just like, yeah, stupid bitch, why'd you do that? I don't want Elijah to die, and I don't want Rebecca to die. Anyways, I digress. And so Damon confronts Elena, and he said, and Elena says, well, do you think I'd like going behind your back and with this plan? And she asks, why are you so mad at me? He's like, I'm mad at you because I love you. And she's like, well, maybe that's a bad thing. And I'm just like, no, it's not. It's not a bad thing. And Elena says, I didn't mean that. He's like, no, you're right. I care too much. I'm the liability. And I'm like, no, you're not, Damon. No, you're not. It's a good thing you care. Oh, it's a good thing. And then yeah, and then there's some stuff with Steph and Elena that I'm sure all of you guys love. I'm sorry, I just don't care about Steph and Elena so much. She's like, I still feel. How can you not feel for me? And Stefan's like, because if I feel, it just get you hurt or something like that. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Go to Damon. Damon is the best. Why'd you do that to Damon? Let Damon care. The minute Damon starts to care like a lot and want to protect Elena instead of wanting her to be killed like he did first and part of second season, it's just like, no, that's not right. It's not right when he doesn't care, and it's not right when he cares. So God, pick one, you know, pick one and run with it. So also, I really loved the part with Klaus and Klaroline when they're talking about the art, and he's like, I'll take you to Tokyo and London, and I'm like, oh, I really like them. I've said this before already, but I really like them together. I think it's really cute. So anyway, so yeah, at the ball, Rebecca devised the only reason. Seriously, I'm just skipping around. Anyway, the only reason Rebecca invited Matt to the ball is to get back at Elena. So she wants to kill him. So she gets Cole to get in with her plan, and then at the last minute, Rebecca decides, nope, I'm not gonna kill him because Matt was being sweet on her, which is kind of cute. And Cole decides to not back off, and he wants to attack Matt. So he tries to. Damon stops him, and you know, and then Damon gets in trouble for it. And I'm just like, dude, he was. And then of course Elena and Stefan's like, what was with Damon that night? And she's like, oh, just Damon being Damon, you know, being uncontrollable. I'm like, no, he was trying to protect Matt from being killed by Cole, and here you are being like, oh no, it's just Damon being Damon. What the motherfucking heck, man? And thus Rebecca goes to try and apologize to Matt, and Matt's like, no, I just can't deal with you, so he walks away. And then Damon and Rebecca start to drink, and then this is something I never expect. Actually, I should have expected it, but I still didn't at the same time. I should have expected this, but then I didn't expect it. They got it. Oh my god, they got it. Oh, they got it on. I should have expected the whole Damon and Rebecca thing, and it just no. It's Elena's fault. This never would have happened if Elena hadn't have said what she said. It just made Damon go back into his season 1 Casanova-ing ways. Oh my god. I'm just waiting for the whole Damon. I'm just waiting for the whole Damon and Rebecca shipper people to pop up out of nowhere. Has there been any Damon and Rebecca names picked out, you know? Debecca or like Raymond? I'm just coming up with those off the top of my head. But yeah. So that's the episode. I'm sorry, this episode sounds like I think I did a really bad review. I started off good though, and I ended on a crappy note. But all in all, I really like this episode. So if I missed out anything, if you want me to clarify some more things, please feel free to ask me in the comments below. Comment questions for comment question. What is your opinion on Klaroline? Klaus and Caroline? I really like it. I really like it. I think it's a good thing for Klaus to have a romance type of thing. I heard Joseph Morgan. Joseph Morgan has been stressing this with the writers, and he's been wanting this for his character. So I am very excited to see Klaus being put in another light besides psychopathic killer, hybrid guy. So I think it's a really good thing. I can't wait to see where that relationship goes. So what is your opinion on that? Also, what do you think is going to happen in next episode? Also, who do you think is the murderer? Who do you think? Is it Meredith or is it Tyler, or do you think it's someone unknown that we haven't heard about yet? So I hope you guys like this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.